very important to improve gross motor skills and to include in a sensory diet, as the movements help regulate their sensory needs. So doing animal walks increases upper body, lower body, and core strength, as well as balance, muscle and cardiovascular endurance, sitting and standing posture. Additionally, animal walks are a good heavy work intervention as they assist children in being aware of their body in space and regulating themselves to calm down. So I'll be doing the animal walks in the kitchen, but you can do them in the living room, in the hallway, in the bedroom. So the first one I'm going to show are bear walks. In bear walks, you start off by standing on all fours, and then you lift your bottom up just like this. So then you'll go ahead and walk across the hallway or the kitchen, and make sure not to put your knees down like this. Make sure to encourage your child to keep your knees up and bottom up, and then you can go ahead and walk. The next animal walk I'm going to show you are crab crawls. And crab crawls, you start in the position opposite of bear crawls. So you'll start off on your hands and knees like this, and then you'll really bring your butt up and encourage your child to really tighten their core. That way their legs and their body are parallel to the ground. And then you'll just have them walk like this, and when they're crab crawling, really encourage them to tighten their core the whole time. If you see them going down, encourage them, say, hey buddy, tighten your core. Then just keep going. Now we have frog jumps. In frog jumps, we're gonna start off in a very deep squat positioning to where your bottom is sitting on the heels of your feet and you are on your tiptoes. Then you'll have your child place their hands up in front, and then they're going to jump as high as they can and then land in this same positioning. But when you're doing frog jumps, you wanna make sure that they are continuing to jump forward and not just for height. So you want them to jump high and forward. So just like this. And then have them keep coming forward to you or across the hall. Now I'm going to show you duck walks. And duck walks, you start off in the same positioning as you would with frog jumps, in which you are in that deep squat position. Your butt is sitting on the heel and you're in tiptoe just like this. And then you're gonna have your child walk forward just like this. This is actually a really tough walk. A lot of children do have trouble with it. And the last walk that we have are inchworms. And inchworms, you stand up, and then you place your hands on the floor, and you walk it out. Walk your hands out, and then you will have your child walk your feet in. And then you will keep going until you cross the hallway. This is a really good animal walk for sitting posture, standing posture, upper body strength, and core strength. So for all the animal walks, you can perform them anywhere in your house, in the kitchen, the living room, backyard. You can also ask your child to perform an animal walk to move from one room to another room, such as performing a bear crawl from their bedroom to the kitchen, or performing a frog jump from the kitchen to the living room. So try to incorporate that, or have your child incorporate that into their daily routine. The materials that you'll need for this next activity are yarn and painter's tape or regular tape. I am going to use regular tape for the demonstration, but I highly recommend using painter's tapes as it won't chip off the paint off your walls. So what you're going to do is you're going to tape the yarn in different directions on the wall to create a laser maze. So you just go ahead and tape different directions. You can do side to side, a zigzag pattern, over, under, and just go ahead and tape it everywhere, just like this. You can do it in your hallway, you can do it in the living room. correct, this is what the laser maze should look like. You want to instruct your child to go through the yarn without having them hit the yarn or causing the yarn to fall. This promotes balance, as the child may be required to stand on one leg while trying to go over parts of the laser maze with the other leg, and then back this way. This also promotes visual spatial perception skills and body awareness, as the child has to determine how far their body is from the yarn, and the child has to understand their own body parts and the movement of their body parts to maneuver the yarn. For this activity, you will need a cup, a rubber glove, scissors, a Sharpie, and a straw. So first, you will have your child draw a smiley face or anything that they really desire on the glove. You can have them draw a ghost for the Halloween season, or a snowman for the Christmas season, or even a turkey if they want. I'm just going to draw a smiley face, but you can encourage them to draw whatever they want, and you can also have them draw on the back of the glove as well. Next, you will poke a hole through the cup using the scissors. This step typically requires adult assistance, and also paper cups are much easier to use. Then you will have your child place the glove over the open portion of the cup. If the child cannot do this step by themselves, hold the cup while they stretch the glove over the cup. Next, your child will place the straw through the hole. This promotes visual spatial perception skills, as the child has to differentiate the hole from the rest of the cup. Now the fun part. Tell your child to blow through the straw. You want to make sure to instruct them to take deep breaths, that way they can fully inflate the glove, just like this. So if they blow hard enough, they can actually blow the glove off the cup, just like a cannon. And that is also pretty fun and really motivates children, just like this. This activity promotes oral motor skills, as it increases awareness, strength, endurance, and coordination of the mouth. So visual tracking and scanning are also promoted through this activity, because as the hand is being inflated and deflated, the child will scan the glove up and down with their eyes. So when we inflate the glove, child's eyes will move up, and then when it goes down, child's eyes will move down. So that will really help with visual tracking and scanning. Also, this promotes self-regulation skills, as this can be used to help a child become calm or relaxed when they're getting overstimulated by it really enforcing that deep breathing. First, the child will scoop 2 cups of flour and place them in the bowl. One cup of salt. 1 cup of salt and place in the bowl. And 1 cup of water. So, scooping ingredients will improve bilateral coordination, as the child has to stabilize the flour or salt and scoop the measuring cup with the other hand. They will then knead the dough, just like this, as it will promote fine motor skills, because they are using flexion and extension of the fingers to knead the dough. If the dough is too wet, add a little bit of flour. As you can see, the ingredients are turning into a dough-like texture. The texture of the ingredients together and the hand movements required to knead the ingredients to make dough will work on tactile defensiveness, or also known as sensitivity to textures, to get them exposed to gooey textures. Once dough is formed, add extras as desired. 2 to 3 drops of food coloring and 2 to 3 drops of essential oil. These are optional. I chose lavender as it's known for its calming properties. To promote self-regulation skills, ask the child to respond to the following questions to initiate mindfulness. What does the Play-Doh smell like? What does it feel like? Describe the color of the Play-Doh. Can you see a fingerprint when you push your finger in the Play-Doh? Have the child roll the Play-Doh into a ball, into a snake, and make letters out of the Play-Doh as a pre-writing skill. Once you are done using the Play-Doh, store the Play-Doh away by keeping it covered when not in use. Then, set it aside for future use. The materials you will need for this activity are a muffin tin, foil, paper, a straw, a Sharpie, or anything that can be drawn onto foil, and 6 random objects. So for this activity, I chose nail polish, a coin, a bell, a nut, a Lego piece, and a CPR case. You can choose any 6 random objects that is able to fit inside the muffin tin hole. Tell your child to use their index finger and their thumb to grab the items and place in the muffin tin. This will represent a pincer grasp, as it will promote fine motor skills. You can also have them use tongs or a clothespin to grab the items and place in the muffin tin. To promote short-term memory skills, advise the child to try to remember the items in the correct hole. You can also make this easier by creating a key. Now you want to instruct the child to place the foil over the cupcake tin and fold the foil over the edges tightly. If the child does not fold the edges over tightly, it will be harder to open. Tell your child to now write down the number on top of each cupcake hole. And ask the child to remember the item in the corresponding number. You can again make a key to make it easier to remember. The child's peer will guess the item and the number.
Is the Lego piece in number 3?
The child will then use their short-term memory skills to determine if their peer is correct. Yes, the Lego piece is in number 3. If the peer is correct, have the child punch a hole in the foil using the straw. And then they will open the foil by extending their fingers, or also known as opening up their fingers. If the peer is incorrect,
is the nail polish in number 5?
Child will instruct their peer to guess again. Nope, the nail polish is not in number 5. Guess again. The game is over once all of the holes are open.